Hey guys, it's Spacey Sims, and we are back with more Sympathy Kiss, continuing Idle Dad Higa's Road. Oh my god, I'm still that photo. Stop it. Oh my god. We saw it coming, but it's still amazing. The reveal is almost like, wait. I was expecting to be a little more. It was very anticlimactic, but I kind of like that they went the route they did because it was like you're sitting there in a meeting and the guy outs him and you're like, wait, what? No. Instead of like him telling you himself, like, oh, he wasn't ready. Poor baby. He's just being stuffed into all sorts of uncomfortable shit. Anyway. So, we're still out having coffee after the reveal. So, after that, we talked about work some more until there was a lull in the conversation. That was when I remembered the woman from the day before. This is all your fault! Why? Why did you suddenly vanish like that? I had been so busy I'd nearly forgotten. Whatever it was, it sounded serious, like he could be involved in something really messy. I decided to ask him about it when Higa's smartphone started ringing. Oh, excuse me. Higa pulled out his phone again. It's my parents. Hinata's daycare is closed for the day, so they're looking after him for me. I hope everything's all right. Sorry, you'll have to excuse me. Allow me to handle the bill. I'll see you soon for a meeting next week. After that, Higa rushed out of the cafe. Now we're gonna go to Higa and be like, did he rush out like, oh, thank God, because I was so afraid after I told her, and the call from my parents turned out to be nothing. They simply wanted to know the time I planned to come home. I decided to pick up Hinata right after the call, and the two of us went home.
Dad, I'm hungry.
Sorry, Hinata. I'll prepare dinner soon.
Aw, I want ramen for dinner.
So do I. So do I, fam. You know, I had some last night. They have them at the grocery store. They have the Momofuku noodles. They're really expensive, but like, they had like the packet. So like when I was shopping with my mom one time, I'm like, well, you're buying my groceries. I never go grocery shopping, and I always buy, but like, my mom always buys groceries for my sisters when she's there, because like they go grocery shopping and they have kids and stuff like whatever. So I'm like, I'm gonna take advantage of this because you never buy me groceries. So like, I'm gonna throw these $10 fucking noodles in there. Like, it's a pack of like 5 or something. Actually, it might be closer to like 12. I don't know, but you know what I mean. I'm like, whatever. Those things are so fucking good. Like, I have plain like ramen noodles that I will cook up, and then you can put like whatever sauce or like make them yourself and stuff like that. But, like, these are when you were like, I'm lazy, and, like, sometimes I'm like, I don't even want to boil the water, but I'm not eating them crunchy. So, like, this is my, like, I guess I can boil water and make noodles. Like, just a step above lazy. Because, like, ugh, they're so good. They're so good. I had the soy and scallion ones last night. They had those, and then I forget one of the other spicy ones at my grocery store, but they didn't have the other one, so I ended up buying them on like Amazon or whatever. I got like the whole fucking pack from them, like all the flavors. I'm like, fuck it, all the flavors. I think I've tried almost all of them. I'm not sure, but like, they're all delicious. They're fucking good. Like, don't get me wrong. I also have some other like ramen, like instant ramen packets in there. I have one that I got from Japan a while ago. Who cares if it's past its expiration date? Whatever. It's dried noodles. I'm not dead yet. It's all the preservatives I ate as a child. So, like, I'm not gonna die from, like, slightly expired noodles. Like, it'll be fine. But, like, it's, like, super hot, like, ghost pepper flavor. And I'm just, like, every time I'm like, no, I'm afraid. I bought them because I was like, I want to try and see if I can handle this. And now I'm afraid to eat them. Anyway. But yeah, ramen's a good choice, kiddo. It's good. I did just get eggs too, so I can make a nice soft-boiled egg to go in it. Oh. Yesterday I was too lazy to put my little egg in my little egg cooker to get a soft-boiled egg because it takes a while, so I just fried one up. Because I was like, that's good, because like then I can still get the runny yolk and then cook the white and it'll be fine. And you know what? Just as good and just as easy to do. So faster too. But anyway, Hinata pouted. Hinata had taken a liking to the kids menu at a nearby ramen place recently. It's true that making food now sounds like a hassle. Oh, we love a lazy dad. He's not really lazy. The man's been stressed out and like it's one of those like working and then raising a kid and then all the shit that he just dealt with revealing his secrets to me is like, and then the lady yelling at him. The man's a little overwhelmed. So you know what? And every once in a while, you need to just not fucking cook, dude. It's cool. I guess we'll do what Hinata wants today and get ramen. All right, let's go to that ramen place today.
Yay!
I'll hurry and get ready, so wait for me, okay?
He's like, I'm gonna steal your cell phone and text BT and be like, you come to the ramen place too. Good thing there's autocorrect, because I can't spell well.
I stepped into the bedroom to put my work bag away and then put my phone and wallet in my pocket. Oh, so he still has his phone on him. I hurried to the living room and... Hinata? Hinata was gone. After finishing dinner, I was about to take a bath when my smartphone rang loudly. Oh, I love this. Why in the world would Hinata have walked out on his own? But also, I don't love the fact that the kid's missing, but I love that, like, now we gotta go on a Find Hinata escapade. The call was from Hika. As soon as I accepted it, he spoke in a rush. I'm so sorry to call, but is Hinata there with you? His voice was so panicked. I tried to answer calmly and logically. Why would he be here? He doesn't know where I live. Oh, right. Hinata doesn't know your address. That is so fucking weird that I didn't know that he was going to say that. I was like, he's never been here before. Why would he know where I live? And then he just answered me like that was weird. Oh my god, Higa, you're gonna like pop out of the TV and become real? Listen, I'm not gonna complain. There are a ton of love interests that I would be like, awesome if they were real. Or I got sucked into an Otome game. This is probably not my first choice of love interest / Otome game I want to get sucked into. Or game I'd willingly get sucked into, even if it's a trauma route just for the hot love interest. Like, Verche doesn't sound like a fun game to get sucked into, but Science there and like, fuck yeah. For him? Yeah. Uh-huh. I'll handle it. I'll deal with it. Who cares? It'll be great. You know? But, or like 9 Rip for Seiya, I'd do anything for that man. Not a question. But like, I also wouldn't begrudge Hika popping out. Like, that's fine. It'd be weird because your kid would come with you, and that's a weird thing to have to like deal with. But like, we'll figure it out. We'll figure it out. Anyway. I'm sorry. I don't know what came over me. I love the fact that you were so desperate. I'm the first person you called, though. That's sweet. Higa seemed to regain some composure, so I asked him what happened. I took my eyes off Hinata for a second, and he just vanished. You know, and it's kind of funny, because you want to be like, Higa, you're not supposed to, like, just let your kids run wild. You're supposed to keep an eye on your fucking kids. But the thing is, the kid was in your house. And, like, he's 5, not a toddler. You know what I mean? And you leave him home alone plenty of times. I suppose we should look at that and be like, I don't know if you should be leaving a 5-year-old home alone. Then he's playing at the park next door and then going home alone. And that's how I ended up in your life. You know, like, because I mean, maybe his parents like were at his house after school and they're just like, yeah, Hinata, go play at the park or whatever. But also then when he was wandering around the streets at night, he was alone. Higa's parents weren't watching him while Higa was at work and after daycare. You know what I mean? So like the kid just wanders the streets on his own. So I suppose we should be like, Higa, I know you're trying to be a good dad, but like letting your 5-year-old stay home alone and wander the streets? Not exactly best dad award material. But, like, we know he's doing the best he can, and, like, maybe it's just different in Japan. I don't know. Would you let your 5-year-old wander the streets in America? Fuck no, I don't even think my parents should let me wander the streets in America alone. I might get kidnapped or murdered or some shit. But this place is a hellhole, so, like, I don't know. Maybe they live in a nice area. But at the same time, it's like, you were in your house, you went into your bedroom, your kid shouldn't have just walked out the front fucking door. Like, oh, shit. Granted, he does this often, so, like, but maybe not when he goes home. So this is, So we can't really blame Higa for this time. But it is one of those, like, your kid just wanders the city by himself at night, so, like, okay, he did that one time because he didn't want to bother you. Did we tell you about that? Because I feel like it's not the first time this has happened, but... Yes, I checked. He wasn't at the park. Before he vanished, we talked about going to a ramen restaurant in the neighborhood. I called them and he's not there either. Who kidnapped my fucking child? Who kidnapped my sassy lost child? I was gonna say my saucy last child. I can't with words. See, I'm just so overwhelmed, being stressed out about somebody stealing my stepchild. Never thought we'd be here. I'm planning to look for him, but if you hear anything, will you call me, Amasawa? It was getting late. The fear that something happened to Hinata sat heavy in my stomach. I offered to help Higa look for him. Okay, listen. Thank you. That would be great. Listen, I know I don't want to be a stepmom, and I'm not about the dad routes, but I am also not a heartless person who's like, good, get rid of the kid so I don't have... No! You better not kidnap the kid and be like, well, now there's no kid in your way, so he could go be an idol and you can be happy together and not be a stepmom. That's some fucked up shit. That's dark. Don't do that. I know they're not going to, but like, you're like, wait a minute. That's not, no. No. I would rather you not put dad routes in games, but at the same time, I'm here for this. And again, 5 minutes into his route, I'm like, that's Higa's kid. He's a dad. All right. Okay. No, I'm in love with this. So, all right, fine. So, like, don't take my sassy lost child away from me now. What the fuck? I've grown accustomed to a certain style of living. And that is idle dad, retired idle dad, and sassy lost child. This is our family dynamic. You're not taking my kid from me. The fuck? Listen. Don't touch my child. So, anyway. I hung up and raced outside to start searching for Hinata. But seriously, why did he walk outside? I called Hinata's name as loudly as I could. As I caught my breath, I ran into Higa. Oh, how cute. I'm so sorry about this. It's nice that we live relatively close. Higa bowed his head, and I shook mine in response. Finding Hinata was our top priority. We could deal with pleasantries later. Thank you. I haven't looked that way yet. Will you come with me? It's not like you said, no, we're not having ramen, and then you went in to change and he ran off in a huff. Because he really wanted ramen. You're like, yeah, we'll go get ramen. Okay, cool, let me go change. And then the kid disappeared. You know what I mean? Like, it would make sense if Higa had been like, no, come on, not tonight. And then he went in and the kid was like, and it was like having a kid temper tantrum because, like, he's 5. So, like, even if he's a good kid, he's still going to temper tantrums once in a while. So then he, like, peaced out. So, like... But why? But he was getting what he wanted. And again, he's not like a little asshole. So, like, why would he have left? I don't know. We ran into a back alley. Hinata! We found him talking to the same woman who was yelling at Higa the other day. That's not unexpected. There was part of my brain was like, did that woman come over and like whatever? But like, why? And then I'm like, is she like, was she a surrogate? Why did my brain go there? Because I'm like, we know your wife is dead. That's Hinata's mother. So it's not like this is his baby mama and you had a wife and it was like a weird, like, now that would be some fucked up shit though. Like, to be telling Hinata that's your mom in the photo and she died, but this is his real mom. But like, what if they were like used a surrogate or something? What if this is his aunt? That's probably way more logical. She's like, you just disappeared. What if this is whatever his wife's, because we don't know her name, this is her sister or something? You know what I mean? And like, she's yelling at him, this is all your fault. Like, I don't even get to see my nephew. You like disappeared after what's her face died, because we don't know her name. You know what I mean? That would make way more sense than like jumping to, this is surrogate mother. Like, sometimes the simplest explanations, it's probably the wife's sister. And like, he couldn't deal with it, or like maybe they look alike. But the thing is, you think we would have noticed? We would have been like, huh, she kind of looks like. But I mean, to be fair, maybe we didn't want to be racist and think all Japanese women look alike. Just kidding. You know what I mean? But like, you think you would have noticed a family resemblance between the woman in the photo, i.e., his dead wife, and this woman. But, you know, the woman in the photo, I mean, it's only been 4 years, so it's not like. I mean, that photo was taken 4 to 5 years ago because it was like before she died, obviously, and like when Hinata was a baby. But like, so it's not like, oh, it was her when she was a teenager and now this woman's in her 30s. And it's like, okay, it's a huge difference because, like, I don't know if you saw a picture, like, if I saw a picture of me as a teenager and then me now, do I look alike? Maybe. Although, to be fair, I got, like, air and bubbles, spit stuck in my throat. It was really gross. I don't know. Dust particles, weird. I don't know if you looked at like a picture of me even I don't look like my sisters. None of us look alike. We do not really look that similar. Like, we might have certain features like, oh, that's kind of similar. Like, me and my one sister have the same eyes. Like, same color eyes. Do we have the same eye shape? I don't know. We don't have the same noses. We don't have the same, like, we don't really look alike. We stand next to each other. It's like, oh my God, you guys could be triplets. It's like, the fuck happened here? Did you all have different Are you like sisters, air quotes, like your best? No, we all have the exact same motherfucking parents. Like, because genetics are wild. You know what I mean? So she could look nothing like her sister, but you know the game's going to be like, oh, now that I know it's the sister, she has the strong family resemblance. And it's like, then you should have noticed when she was yelling at Higa that like, huh, she kind of looks like that woman. But they didn't want to reveal it to us, so I get it. But also, if we're seeing this argument, we're not paying attention and going, wow, she looks like his dead wife. You know what I mean? We're like, oh my God, Higa's getting yelled at. What the fuck? And we're focusing on that more than like looking at her, but probably the sister. Okay, so anyway, we found him talking to the same woman who was yelling at Higa the other day. Okay. You. Huh? Higa?
Huh? You know my dad?
Everyone was in various states of confusion, and I guess Hinata doesn't know this is his aunt. Okay. That included me. It would make sense if Higa ran away and, like, hid. Hinata, what are you doing with that woman?
I wanted to go to the ramen shop,
So you couldn't wait 5 fucking minutes?
but it got dark and I didn't know which way to go. And this lady here asked me what's wrong.
It's true. I had no idea this was your son, Higa. The woman's face changed as she scowled at Hinata. She seemed to know Higa well. I wondered how the two were connected. I thought she worked with him, like, in the idol industry or whatever, and she was like, and then you just disappeared, but now I'm thinking maybe sister. But, like, but she's like, this is your son, not like, so this is my nephew, but, I don't know. Yamamoto, thank you for helping Hinata. No, it was nothing. After saying that, Yamamoto started glaring at Higa. He wouldn't call her by her last name if they were related. So maybe not. It would have been interesting to have like a long-lost auntie that like... Seeing how lost I was, Higa turned to me. Ah. His one fan. Okay. All right. I think being a long-lost auntie would have been way better, like being his wife's sister that he hit on. But I feel like that also, yeah, okay, all right. Now that we're here and she's just an idol worshiper, sure. That makes, I mean, that goes back to the original thought, like she worked with him in the idol group. Okay, no, she was just a fan. Okay, fine. Yeah, okay, that ties in better. Because it doesn't make sense, to be fair. It would have been more interesting had she been like his sister-in-law, you know what I mean? But then it's like, but then he got, I don't think would have denied Hinata knowing his mother's family. You know, like you would have been like, Higa, what the fuck? Like, your wife died and you wouldn't let Hinata know his aunt and his other grandparents? What the fuck, dude? Like that would have been so. Yeah, okay, all right, all right, all right. That was now that now I follow through that thought process. It's like, yeah, that wouldn't make sense. Higa would be kind of a douche, but yeah, all right, this makes more sense and fits better to Higa's personality. So, and this is Miss Yamamoto. She's a she was a very avid supporter of the idol group I belong to. That's right. Supporting it was all I ever wanted to do. I want to put my hand on her shoulder and be like, I know, right? He was so hot. And then he just disappeared on us. I'm only a fan now that I saw the picture, but like, fuck, girl. High five. I get it. You want to start a mini fan club? He came to your concerts, brought your merchandise. We took photos together. I talked with each member of the group. Like, I kind of love her. Hold on. All of it made me so happy. But Yamamoto's gaze turned to pure ice as she cried out, This is all your fault! Everything went wrong after you quit! Once you left, it was never the same! It's because of you their popularity shrank! Because of you they broke up! I love her because she's so fucking unhinged. Is this what the idol community is like for realsies? In like Japan and Korea and stuff like that? Like, holy shit! Like, dude. Imagine. I feel like that. Okay, I'm like putting myself in this place and being like, NSYNC isn't together because Justin Timberlake wanted a solo career. You ruined everything. Like, what the? The fuck? You know, it's disappointing when you're like, I love this, but no, they broke up and there are no more albums. Oh. And it's like disappointing. But like, it's not, it doesn't ruin your whole life. Oh my god. Oh. Oh. I mean, it's disappointing seeing that the whole, like, all the stuff Alice in Borderland season 3 is coming out and like seeing it all come out and you're like, where the fuck are Kuina and Chishiya? They not fucking in this? Because you're disappointing me already. I don't even want to watch this season because they're the best characters. Seriously. Like, I get the plot that you decided to write, Netflix. Was like, well, we're going to do it like this, and that makes it really hard to try to pull back in everybody who survived in season 2 that we've grown to love. Or love to hate, in certain characters' cases. You know what I mean? But like, you just... But instead, you could have literally written anything, because this is your own unique story. It was based on nothing for the manga side, nothing. And you went with, fuck the characters you like. I mean, yeah, you got Arisu and Usagi, but I could give a fuck less about him pining over her, the whole fucking thing. Like, I know he's the main character, but no. If they weren't there, it'd be like, well, I mean, you can't have this without him. I get it. But, like, the two best characters, you literally are just like, bye! Bye! Like, really? And maybe they'll show up in it but they're not in the promotional materials that have been released so far as I'm recording this. And, like, you know that that's a stupid thing to do to, like, hide. It's like, so you gave us a bunch of new characters I don't give a flying fuck about? Like... Yeah, okay, well, no. You've disappointed me already. At least Squid Game disappointed me as I watched the season. Okay? As I watched, I was like, disappointed! I know what I want. Look, they did the right thing. They told a poignant, deep story. You know, that made you feel things. Bad things. It made you feel bad things. Don't get me wrong. Like... But that is not the story that might be the story we deserved, but it's not the story we wanted. Okay? It's not the story we need in the environment we're living in right now. We need to go back to the, like, good triumphs over evil. We know that that's bullshit, but, like, we need that kind of shit right now, okay? So, like, we know what we wanted from this season, and you did the, like, well, in the reality, this is how it would go. Yeah, I don't want the reality. I want the, there is no way this would happen this way, but, like, I'm here for it, yes. I want the good triumphing over evil, eviscerating all the evil people, like watching the world burn. Like, not what you gave me. You gave me disappointment and sadness. I hate that. It was beautiful, but I hate it. You know? So you disappointed me, at least as I was watching it. Alice in Borderland has disappointed me before we even get there. And like, not here for this. So like, I kind of get Yamamoto in that case. But I'm not like, it's ruining my life. It's like, well, this is stupid and I'm disappointed and you suck. Maybe I'll watch it eventually, but I'm not very excited for it. So whatever. This idol season is gonna suck. That's where I expect her to be. She is literally being extremely 10 times more dramatic than I am, and I'm very dramatic. Okay? So, I had to get that off my chest because I was disappointed all last night when I saw all this stuff. I was like, why? Why you gotta fucking ruin everything? Netflix, what the fuck? What is wrong with you? See, that's the kind of reaction. What is wrong with you? Higa, you ruined everything. Oh, well, and then you just move on with your life because it's been at least 5 years. Maybe 6. Who knows? I don't know how many it's been. I'm curious how many it's been that she's been hung up on this. Like 5 years is still too long to be hung up on it, so. You said you quit being an idol because you found love. If you're just gonna quit, you should have never become an idol in the first place. I love how dramatic she is. It's fun. Do you understand how much pain you caused your fans? Higa's like, the fuck? Higa said nothing as she continued ranting at him. That made her angrier. Yamamoto stepped even closer to Higa. You treated your fans like trash for your own selfish happiness! This is so unhinged! Is this really what it's like? I mean, I know it's kind of what it's like that you have, like, idols and stuff. It's like, don't let anyone know you're married because people will flip out. And it's like, you don't own them. Listen, I get it. I get being like, I'm gonna marry him someday. Oh my God. And then they get married to someone else and you're like, I'm just so devastated. Like, we all have little fantasies in our head. I was totally gonna marry Tom Hiddleston. Hello. I'm in the line with 7,000 other people. That's a conservative estimate. And now he's got like a fiance and a kid. And I'm like, well, that just ruins everything for me. And like, whatever. Psh, ruin my life, why don't you? I gotta find somebody else to like hitch my wagon to. Like, whatever. Stressful. But like, I'm not gonna cry on the floor because my whole life has been ruined. You know what I mean? You're like, listen, we just have to have dreams to shoot for because I know my 2D boys are not coming to life. So that would probably be even weirder if they did. So maybe like, let's not do that. But you know what I mean? Everybody's got like weird dreams and you're fans of like weird clingy fanness once in a while. But like, you know, it's okay to have little dreams and fantasies, but you realize that it's never going to happen. And she is like lost her fucking mind that like Higa doesn't deserve happiness because he is property that belongs to the fans. That is some like, we don't do that. People don't belong to other people. They're not property. Holy shit. Haven't we learned anything here? Damn, motherfuckers. You crazy. Like, what you did was the worst thing an idol can do. Do you even understand that? I mean, if he could have continued being an idol and being married, I think people still would have been like, they'll get divorced someday. Don't worry about it. Because we're all a little unhinged and delusional. It's fine. Yamamoto grabbed Higa by the arm and yanked him closer to her. She completely lost control. There was no telling what she'd do next. In front of his child. I knew it was dangerous, but I tried to get between them. This has nothing to do with you! Yamamoto tried to smack my hand away, then stopped. Are you Higa's wife? Not yet. Huh? No, she's... You're the one who seduced Higa, aren't you? Whoa, not yet. I'm trying. Her venomous fury suddenly shifted to me. Oh, this is going to be cute because she's going to get mad at me and he's going to jump in and be like, how dare you? My wife died, but don't you touch my future wife. Yay, future wife. I denied it and tried to explain everything to her while shielding Hinata. Liar! You were looking for that boy with Higa! Do I look old enough to have a 5-year-old? Probably old enough to have a 25-year-old. Well, that's terrifying. No. No, that's... Oh, I need therapy now. The kid's the reason Higa ruined everything! Whoa! Listen, you can blame Higa and be a crazy bitch, because it's a little funny, even though it's crazy, but, like, leave my sassy lost child alone! Stop! They have nothing to do with this. Yamamoto kept screaming nonsense at me, and Hinata and Higa stepped in to stop her. Oh my god, before when they said Hinata, I was trying to read Higa, and now I'm reading... I can't. Like... And at the peak of her rage, she said the most awful thing she could ever say. She's going to say something bad about my child. He should never have been born! Can we punch a bitch? The world seemed to stop. I feel like Higa doesn't... I want us to jump in and be like, how dare you? Can we slap her? Oh my god, that'd be amazing. Higa would be like, you just defended my kid, and you're like, that's my sassy lost child! I may not have given birth to him, but I basically adopted him, and go fuck yourself. Oh, you don't make me mad. She's not gonna do shit. Hinata's face fell in devastation. This poor baby! Stop it! How dare you! I hate kids, and even I wouldn't be this mean! I might be this mean, it really depends. But, like, not right now, not to this kid!
What you freaking out about, Bird? Your toes are really sharp, and I fucking hate them.
I'm gonna rip your toenails right out of your fucking feet.
I'm not gonna do that. That'd be mean. I say mean things to you, but I would never do it because you got cute little beady eyes. You're a jerk, though. It's my fault? I made everyone sad?
Oh my god, this poor fucking child. Hinata, no! Before he could finish, Hinata ran away. I tried to grab his hand, but he slipped past me. Hinata, wait! He chased after Hinata. You destroyed a child. While Yamamoto was stunned, I ran after Higa and Hinata. Yeah, don't tell her off, because he's not here to witness it. It's no use. I lost sight of him. Yeah, this is the sprite that they put on his things, and it's not a good one. It's not a good one of him at all. Higa looked as though his heart had been ripped in two. I didn't know what to say. Just hold him. We just managed to find Hinata a few moments earlier. I don't know where he'd go by himself, the park. I watched as Higa's mind raced, desperately trying to think of where Hinata might have gone. There weren't many places a 5-year-old could go alone. I suggested that he could have gone home. Right. I'll go back home for now. Amasawa, could you check the park? I parted ways with Higa near his apartment and dashed to the park. But there was no sign of Hinata. I thought I heard crying. I listened carefully until I pinpointed the source under the slide. Well, of course he's going to hide somewhere. I ducked under it and found Hinata sitting with his head resting on his little knees. Poor baby. Hinata broke down, streams of tears streaking down his face the moment he saw me. Stop it. You can yell at Higa all you want and I'll, like, be mad at you, but, like, you just destroyed the soul of a tiny little child! With the cute... No! Nuh-uh. My sassy lost child. I held him, his sobs muffled by my embrace. It hit me just how small he was.
What? I hold you if you cry too. You don't cry, though. You whine. No, 'cause you're a happy birdie baby. I'm trying to hold you right now. You kind of cupped in my hand.
Hinata, please be safe. I sprinted through the quiet residential district. I needed to find him as soon as I could. He was clearly upset. If he ran into the middle of the street, I have to find him. I was out of breath, but I desperately kept running towards home. Hinata! I ran inside and flipped on the lights. His little kitty stuffed toy is so cute, too. Look at it. It's adorable. I spun around the room, but Hinata was nowhere to be found. He's not home. Where could he be? The daycare? The supermarket? A restaurant? No, I should wait for Amasawa to call for now. My phone started to buzz as if on cue. Did you find Hinata? I blurted the question to Amasawa before I'd even raised the phone to my ear. I see. He was at the park. Thank goodness. And thank you so much. I'll go there right away. I'm sorry, but can you stay with Hinata until I get there? Like, I'd fucking abandon him. You're like, nah, I gotta go. He's crying. He'll be fine. Like, what the fuck? I'm not heartless. Huh? But... Alright. I'm sorry. Thank you. Take care. I'll see you soon. After I hung up, I sighed and collapsed onto the floor, overwhelmed with relief. Thank goodness he doesn't want to go home, so we're like, don't come get him, I'll bring him home. If something had happened to Hinata because of me, it's not because of you, it's because of Yamamoto. With all the work I've had to do, I'm sure Hinata's felt lonely without me. No doubt he's had thoughts like that before. She told me to wait for them at home. She wanted me to welcome Hinata back home, thinking that would make him feel the most comfortable. Those words from Amasawa struck me. She's so considerate of us. That's because I love you. And that damn sassy lost child. Literally, right now, he's sad, sobby lost child, but still lost child. I'll tell him as soon as he gets home. I'll tell Hinata that I love him more than anyone in the whole world. I imagined Hinata's face as I waited for the door to open. This poor man. Already in chapter 4, so we're gonna get our ending. We haven't even kissed this man. We need to kiss this man and rail him hard, is all I'm saying. Hinata! Higa pulled Hinata tightly into his arms the moment he walked through the door. I'm sorry. I'm so sorry.
Daddy, you're hurting me.
Tears of relief flowed from Higa.
I'm sorry for running away twice.
Higa let go, and Hinata bowed in apology.
And if it's my fault that... If you're sad because I was born...
Oh, this poor fucking child! You should not be having an existential crisis this age! In this day and age, yeah, it makes sense, though. Hinata, that's not true. Higa interrupted Hinata before he could say anything more. Higa spoke slowly, like this was the most important thing he'd ever explain. Hinata, you're like the sun to me. I am your son. Not a son, the son, stupid. You've made me happy so many times, and never once have you made me sad.
Bless you.
You're the reason for everything I do. Remember that.
Do you hear that, bird? You're like my son. You're the reason for everything I do. You are. You know what? These are very poignant lines. From a parent to their baby. Even if they're two-dimensional, even if it's a mommy lady to her bird baby. Because you, well, sometimes you make me sad. Sometimes you do. Because you do bad things. You make me disappointed. But I love you forever. And you're my baby. And you are the only thing that gets me through every day when everything sucks in this world. I do everything I do for you. I do. Mm-hmm.
Can you hear him? Like he was always just grumbling back to me.
I hope you were telling me how much you love me too. I know. I know. But you remember these lines. Because you are. You're the reason I get up in the morning. Well, it's really because my alarm goes off and I have to go to work, but also because you're downstairs screaming at me. But, you know. Even some days when you wake up and you're like, oh, fuck, I woke up. It's like, well, at least I have Mr. Neelix. Because you're my baby. And I couldn't do anything in the world without you because I love you so much. This is why you're never allowed to die. Do you understand? Ever. If you die, I will fucking resurrect you and I will fucking kill you. Do you goddamn understand me?
I tell him all the time he's not allowed to die. I wouldn't be able to survive. I look at him and I'm like, I will not survive if you die. I am already devastated at the thought of you dying. Like, I already have a crisis constantly. Every time he's sleeping and not moving, and I'm like, are you breathing? I'm like, okay, he's blinking. All right, he's fine. Every time he's so still, I'm like, every time he's quiet, I'm like, oh God, where are you?
I know. I know. Every time you get lost in the house, you got lost when Grandma was here.
My mom and I were bringing stuff in from, like, were we getting groceries? Or I was helping her unload some stuff because she brought me a lamp or whatever. And, like, obviously the bird can't go. So I'm like, okay, you go to your cage. We were going outside in the garage, whatever. Come back in. And I'm like, hearing him, like, where the fuck is my bird? He's not by his cage. We can hear him. My mom and I are walking around like, he's not in the kitchen. He's obviously didn't fly into the bathroom and drown in the fucking toilet because, like, I can hear him chirping. Okay, I'm like, the fuck is the bird? And I'm, like, walking around. My mom's even like, sounds like he's coming from over here. He had he'd flown upstairs, but he made it to the top railing, like, on my loft area, and was, like, sitting on one of my, like, I have a little stuffed snake that's, like, wrapped around one of the, like, finial pole things. And he was, like, sitting up here because he must have thought I went upstairs and tried to follow me. And I'm like, fucking lost my bird. Even when I lose you, you're so fucking crazy. Anyway, we're having a touching moment.
I had to break it up because we were having a touching moment between them and then between us, and we don't want to make everybody sad.
Okay, we don't want everyone to be like, oh, you know.
Really?
Yes, really. Of course. And what that woman said earlier was just a misunderstanding. No, she was a crazy bitch. But, like, good for you for wording it like that.
Misunderstanding?
It means she was confused about something. Hika's eyes wandered as if he'd find the word somewhere. He seemed to be struggling to find a way to explain all of this to Hinata. Daddy used to be a singer.
A singer? You mean like the people on TV?
He's like, I used to be an idol. I was in an idol boy band. Do you want to see pictures? I want to see pictures! Yes, but I was rarely on TV. I quit without saying thank you to the people who cheered me on.
What do you mean?
Well, Hinata, what would you think if Blade Mask suddenly said he didn't want to be a hero anymore?
Huh? I'd be sad, of course. And maybe I'd be mad if I couldn't see him anymore.
Right. Daddy did something like that to that lady. That's why she's sad. And because she's sad, she said those mean things to you, Hinata. Do you think you could forgive her? Look at God, you were such a good man. I'd be like, can I punch her first?
I guess.
Hinata nodded, and Hika gently patted him on the head. This is why he's dad material, because it's like, God damn, you're so amazing. I'd have beaten the bitch. Can I punch her, though? Can I punch her? For saying that? I mean, I get it. She was just angry and she said something horrible. She wasn't like, good. She was like, what the fuck did I say to that kid? So she realized she said some shit. And, like, everybody says some shit in anger that they don't mean sometimes, so. Relief washed over me after seeing this whole thing cleared up. You're like, but the only thing that didn't get cleared up is she thinks I'm his wife, and that's totes cool. I'm sorry for all the trouble I've caused you. Also, thank you for helping me find Hinata. He could walk me downstairs from his apartment like he always did. So, do you remember how I asked you to think about our future moving forward? I want you to think about the future. If you and I started dating, I don't know if I could give you the type of relationship that would make you happy. Again, normally, being a stepmom would not make me happy, but that's all I want right now. The situation with Hinata and my late wife would certainly make things difficult. So I'd like you to consider that as well. I did, of course. Not a day went by without me thinking about it. I nodded, and Hika's face relaxed as he smiled. What do you think about hashing things out tomorrow? Of course, if you're still thinking about it, I don't want to rush you. It's been a couple weeks, I think. Honestly, I didn't know how to articulate what was on my mind, but I knew how I felt, so I agreed. Thank you. Let's talk tomorrow. She's like, I don't know how to articulate what I'm feeling. And he's like, okay. And then we just kiss him. And you're like, did that work? Did that explain things? Just kiss the man. He's going to come to our house. We're going to kiss, and then we're going to fuck. And it's going to be like, well, I'm pretty sure I communicated pretty well exactly what I want from this relationship. Come on! You can't. Look, we get railed in every single one of these. We better fuck this man. That's all I'm saying. I say goodbye to Higa and walk through town alone. So everything would be decided tomorrow. A mix of nervousness and anticipation swirled in my chest. Yeah, but you know what you want, and you want to be a stepmom, so it's cool. The next day, I sat down across from Higa at his place. Oh, okay. Hinata was in the other room reading a picture book until we finished talking. Okay, so we're not getting railed right now. Well then, allow me to start. Higa straightened his posture, his face etched with seriousness as he spoke. Amasawa, I have feelings for you. What? I know, you already told me. But if we begin dating, it must be serious. I'll need marriage to be on the table. I love this man so much. He's like, listen, it needs to be serious. It can't just be a fling. We gotta get married. That's a lot to add. I mean, when you first start dating, yes, there are times you first start dating someone and you were like, I'd totally marry this person, no question. You know what I mean? And then there's other people where you're like, I don't know. I feel like if you're hesitant, you're like, whoa, whoa, whoa. Maybe you shouldn't be in that relationship. Kind of like, I want kids. I don't want kids. Not a good relationship to be in. Because one of you is expecting the other person to change their mind. You know what I mean? And you have to know yourself to be like, I am never going to change my mind, or I am willing to change my mind. Okay? And like, I've done that. I am never having kids. I will never change my mind. This is up to you to make that decision. If you insist you want kids and you need to have kids, don't fucking waste my time. And then you proceed to waste my time. So if I'm like, listen, I'm serious, I'm old, I'm a TikTok motherfucker, let's just get married and end this shit. Don't be like, well, I want to dick around for a few years and then maybe see other people and nah, don't waste my motherfucking time, get out. I'm not trying to date 20-year-old frat boys though, so especially because God, they can't even drink, so it'd have to be at least 21-year-old frat boys. Not dating that. So, so valid. It just seems like it's so fucking funny coming out of Higa's mouth, but valid. He was so direct that my eyes involuntarily widened in surprise. Seeing me so taken aback, Higa smiled apologetically and blushed. Sorry, I had a feeling you'd react that way if I mentioned marriage. But there's no point in beating around the bush. I'm no spring chicken anymore, and I got Hinata to think about too. I am no spring chicken. Are you even 30? I'm not at that place in life where I can date just for the fun of it. I gotta think ahead. I mean, valid, I get this too. I'm no spring chicken, but this man, what? Stop it. Stop. He's like, I'm 26, I'm no spring chicken. Fucking A. I figure he's probably 30 or something, because wasn't, Boss Babe, 28 or something? So, Higa might be a little bit older, but, it's not like you're 40. Don't do the I'm no spring chicken just because you crossed into the 30 line. What the fuck? Stop giving people complexes about their age when they turn 23. Back in my day, we didn't have a crisis till we hit 30, but we didn't say we were no spring chicken until you were at least in your 50s. What the fuck? I mean, granted, at 30, you're like, I hurt. You're like, what'd you do? Did you do something? No, I slept. Did you sleep on the floor? No, I just slept. And I woke up and my hip hurts now. That's what happens. It doesn't mean you're not a spring chicken. You're, a late spring chicken going into summer. But, you say that you die, you're like, I'm in the winter of my chicken years. No, stop that. Anyway. But with that said, I want to build a relationship and a future together. That's okay. I want to marry you anyway. Let's do it. His direct eye contact showed his sincerity. I thought about how to respond. Am I good enough for you? I feel the same way. I love you. Thank you so much. Thank you so much is so stupid. That's the worst one. Please don't be the right answer. Like, thank you so much. It's like, I love you. Thanks. It's not what anyone wants to hear. I love you is good, but I feel like it's very generic. Like, I love you. I mean, to be fair, he'd be saying this and I'd be like, I love you. No, but like, seriously, I'm totally on board with everything you're saying. I totally agree, but the first thing out of my mouth would be, I love you. Am I good enough for you? Is like, I don't know. I don't like that one either. That's very, you have too much self-doubt. And like, you know what I mean? Like, we gotta have some confidence. No, yes, we are. But like, I feel the same way. I think I feel the same way is like the love answer, and that's where we should be headed. You know what I mean? I don't know where we are in the balance scales, but I feel the same way as, to me, should be the love answer. I love you could also be a love answer, but I feel like, yeah. So I'm going with I feel the same way. Okay. The answer is safe. I only have one hand, so you will have to bear with me while I struggle to get here and figure out my controls left-handed, because the bird is in my right hand. Okay. Okay, so the right answer is I love you. Okay, so you know what? I'm not begrudging that one. Maybe I feel the same way as the love answer. Okay. I decided to tell him directly how I felt. Well, because this maybe splits off into the work end then? I'm not sure. That's... You can be quite direct. You were the one who just said proposed marriage, sir. I balked, then asked if I'd gone too far too fast. No, nothing like that. And that makes me very happy to hear. Here I was thinking my marriage talk was too bold, and then you came and knocked me off my feet with that. You're like, I'd like to knock you off your feet, but your kid's in the other room, so we're gonna have to save that shit for later. The way you express yourself, it's admirable. I actually feel a little embarrassed now. He smiled sheepishly. I cared deeply about Higa from the bottom of my heart, and I knew those feelings wouldn't waver. I wanted to be with him in Hanada. That sure was nerve-wracking. It always is when you confess to someone. Even though we confessed earlier, but then we're having to talk about it, and then it's like reconfession, and then it's also like, I've already told you I like you, you told me you like me, but now we gotta see if this is gonna work because I want something extremely serious, and are you ready for that? Because I got a kid and shit, so... Like, you were like, wow, the nerve-wracking confession's out of the way, but now I have to see if, like, I love you, you love me, but, like, are we gonna do this or not? And then you're like, yeah, and then she says no, and you're like, no, you know? Like, nerve-wracking 2.0. It's, like, double layered. Before I decided to talk with you about this, I tried to figure things out on my end, too. I thought since we'll be working together, it'd be best for us to wait until all that wraps up. But I didn't think it was right to simply ignore the topic either. What happened last night pushed me to tell you how I really feel. But then I started getting nervous, thinking about what would happen if you rejected me. Higa offered me one of his usual gentle smiles. Can we just kiss this man? Amasawa, I hope we can always make each other happy. I will do my best, sir. Higa bowed politely, and I returned the gesture. Please! You should also call me by my first name. And we're basically gonna get married now, and we're bowing to each other. Can we just call each other by our first names and kiss? When I looked up at him, a thought popped into my head. I wondered how much Hinata knew about all this. I mean, when I asked, Higa ducked his head sheepishly. To tell you the truth, I haven't told him anything yet. Would you mind if I called Hinata here? After a short while, Higa brought Hinata in with him. Hinata, you remember how Dad talked about wanting to be better friends with her?
Yeah, I remember.
I want to talk a little more about that with you today.
More?
Hinata looked back and forth between us blankly. I wondered if he would accept our decision. Oh my god, this kid's gonna be over the moon. Again, the kid's gonna be like, it's about fucking time! Why do you think I picked her up at the fucking playground, Dad? Jesus! I wiped my sweaty palms off on my skirt, sorry. Hinata, what would you think if she became a little bit more like a mommy to you?
Huh? But I already have a mommy.
Right. Let me say it another way. I want her and I to be more like a family. And if her and I become family, she'll be family with you too. You could take naps together like before. You could have dinner together. What would you think of that, Hinata? He could be like, I want to date. She would be my girlfriend and eventually like your stepmother. So you'd have two mommies. You'd have a heaven mommy and you'd have an earth mommy. I mean, that's pretty sweet.
That'd be really awesome. I love that.
Good. Thanks, Hinata. Higa and I sighed in sync after getting Hinata's approval. But Hinata's face clouded over.
Dad, you don't love mommy anymore?
Oh, well,
Being a family means you want to be married, right? My teacher said that marrying is what you do with the person you love.
I hadn't expected Hinata's mind to go there, but his doubts made sense from his perspective. I hesitated, thinking how best to explain, but Higa signaled to me that he'd do the talking. I'm sorry. I don't want you to worry about that. Let me explain. Amasawa, will you hear me out as well? After Hinata and I both nodded, Higa continued. There will never come a day when I don't care about your mommy anymore, Hinata. She'll be important to me for the rest of my life. And we're aware of that. We wouldn't expect anything less. Do you understand? I do.
Okay. Kind of.
Uh-huh. Higa spoke sincerely while watching Hinata and I carefully. I love the fact that he's having this conversation with both of us. With a 5-year-old and a 24-year-old. I think they said we were 24. I just keep assuming that. But after a few breaths, Higa continued. I was happy when it was just the two of us, Hinata. But since she came into our lives, I feel like things have been even better.
Yeah.
And if she stayed with us, I think our lives could be even more fun. I think we could be even happier together.
I thought about that too. If she was always here, then I wouldn't be alone so much. But mommy is...
You should always love and remember her, Hinata. And I am not going to make you try to forget your mommy. Like, we'll talk about it. And if you want to talk about her and tell me things that your dad told you about her, like, she didn't, like, abandon you. The woman died. Like, she would be here with you if she could be, you know? And maybe in spirit she is. But we can only see mommy in our memories and in our dreams. And we can only talk to mommy through that picture. Does that ever make you feel sad?
Yes.
I know. Me too. Daddy misses her too. Higa gently patted Hinata's back. This is so adorably sad. Jesus Christ. Tears welled up in my eyes as they vulnerably discussed Higa's late wife. It is making me sad too, but like not in a bad way. You're like, this is so touching and beautiful. Stop it. My heart. You only have one mommy, Hinata. In some ways, it's the same for Dad too. But I also want someone to talk to and laugh with. Someone to watch you grow up with. But that doesn't mean it could have been just anyone. I want her to join our family because she's so special to me. And I want us to keep making memories together. Happy memories. What do you think about that, Hinata? I wondered how many times Higa had been forced to have impossible talks with his son since his wife passed. And now there was nothing to do but wait for Hinata to respond.
I think that's good. I was scared you didn't care about mommy anymore. But that's not true. You like them both, right, Dad? I think I understand now. You have a harem.
He didn't say the harem part, but like, kind of.
Dad and mommy and her. I love everyone.
This kid's gonna go to school and be like,
I have a daddy and a mommy, and my daddy has a girlfriend who's also like my mommy.
am I gonna be like, what?
I'm so happy we can all be a family.
Hinata's smile was blinding. And thank you, Hinata. Higa gently hugged his son. I was so glad Hinata's doubts were resolved. From here on out, we could continue to build an even stronger relationship.
Come on, you two!
Hinata tugged my arm from inside Higa's embrace. Oh, come on, you too! That's what it is. I was drawn in and oh my god, we're getting a CG. This is so adorable. Look at the look on his face. Oh, it's so sweet. In an instant, I was in Higa's arms, together with Hinata. Look, he just has that look of this man who's just treasuring the little people in his life. It's just, stop it. It's so sweet. It feels so nice. Oh, no, that's Hinata, sorry.
It feels so nice when we're all together like this.
Right? It's so warm and happy. He said it perfectly. Higa's strong arms and Hinata's warm embrace made me feel at peace. Let's all stay like this for the rest of the day.
But if we stay like this, we can't eat dinner or take a bath.
I guess you're right. In that case, let's just stay here a little longer. After saying that, Higa hugged us both a little tighter. And as he requested, we stayed like that for a while longer. It's so beautiful. It's like the end of the game. It's not. I'm sure we have other choices and shit to make because we have not kissed this man, nor have we had some freaky times. And like, that man's been pent up for like 4 fucking years. All I'm saying is he's gonna be a little bit of a freak. But that was like the perfect fucking way to end this part. Oh my god. Like, the last part was great because we got to see idle Higa and like, god damn it, sir! Stop being hot! And then this was like, that CG is so adorable. The look on his face is just like, we're his treasures, and that's so beautiful, and I love it. Who knew this is where we'd be in this route? Who fucking knew that the wallpaper man just blending into the background, like, would just so good. Anyway, I will see you guys next time. Remember to give the video a big thumbs up and subscribe to see more.